Good evening, I'm Swastika Panda from ODishaTV.in bringing you today's news from Odisha. First, the headlines. State government urges centre to allot 2 more coal blocks to OTPCL for its upcoming 2,400 megawatt power plant in Dhenkanal. MCL halts operation at its key coal fields in the state following protest by local people demanding jobs in the company. State government expects to garner revenue of about ₹700 crore from signing of deeds with 29 mining leaseholders in 2-3 days. In view of spiraling prices of pulses, government asks district collectors to book unscrupulous traders under Essential Commodities Act. And High Court refuses to vacate stay on telecast of 2 Sarthak TV shows. A lower court had put the stay for allegedly violating Tarang's copyright. Now the details. The state government has urged the centre to allot 2 more coal blocks to Odisha Thermal Power Corporation Limited (OTPCL) for its upcoming 2,400 megawatt power plant in Dhenkanal district. Energy Secretary Suresh Chandra Mahapatra said Chief Secretary G.C. Pati has recently written a letter to the Union Coal Ministry to allocate Chendipada and Chendipada second coal blocks to OTPCL for the coal-based thermal power plant. OTPCL, a joint venture between Odisha Mining Corporation and Odisha Hydropower Corporation (OHPC), is setting up the plant at an estimated cost of ₹17,000 crore. We have every right to get the coal blocks for the projects. The land acquisition for the coal blocks is in an advanced stage, said Mahapatra. Earlier, State Energy Minister Pranab Prakash Das had urged the centre to allot the coal mines to OTPCL to feed the thermal power project. Power major NTPC had proposed to the state government to partner OTPCL to develop the plant since the state PSU lacked the expertise in implementing the project. The centre has already allocated Manoharpur and deep side of Manoharpur coal blocks to Odisha Coal and Power Limited, a joint venture between Odisha Power Generation Corporation, OPGC and OHPC. The same blocks were owned by OPGC before the Supreme Court deallocated them last year. OPGC is expanding its project to 1,320 megawatt at Ib Valley in Jharsuguda district and runs a 420 megawatt plant at the station. Mahanadi Coalfields MCL halted operations at its key coalfields in Odisha yesterday following protests by local people. All mining operations were halted at the Talcher coalfields in Angul district after hundreds of local residents reached the mines and forced workers and employees to vacate the area. Local people have called for an indefinite strike in the area from Wednesday in support of the residents of Bhalugadia, a nearby village. The protesters have been staging a road blockade near MCL's Hingula mines in the area for the past 3 weeks, demanding jobs in the company. As a result, the operations at the Hingula mines have been affected and the company has been losing 10,000 tons of coal daily since April 15th. Headquartered at Budla in Sambalpur district, MCL supplies coal to several power companies in southern India and Odisha, including NTPC, Talcher Thermal Power Station and Nalco. The state government has expected to garner revenue of about ₹700 crore from signing of lease deeds with 29 mining leaseholders. The state government has already inked supplementary lease deeds to facilitate reopening of 10 iron and manganese ore mines, while it is in the process of signing the lease deeds with the remaining mines within 2-3 days. We are expecting to get around ₹700 crore from the leasee in terms of stamp duty and registration fees. While 10 mining leaseholders have already signed the lease deeds, others would follow in the next 2-3 days, said Mines Director Deepak Mahanti. The mines which have signed the lease deeds were owned by Rungta Group, including Rungta Mines, Fee Grid and Company Private Limited, and the rest are owned by Odisha Manganese and Minerals Limited and Aryan Mining and Trading Corporation Limited. KJS Ahluwalia, KP Enterprises, Kalinga Mining Corporation and KN Raman Company are likely to sign the supplementary lease deeds soon. Recently, the state government allowed reopening of 29 mines under the amended Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act 2015. Of the 29 leases, 25 are for iron and manganese ore mines. The state government has allowed 3 months' time to the leasee to sign supplementary lease deeds with certain conditions, including payment of net present value dues. With the prices of pulses spiraling up by ₹30 to ₹45 a kg in last 1 month, the state government has asked the district collectors to book the unscrupulous traders under Essential Commodities Act. If necessary, the unscrupulous traders may be booked under Essential Commodities Act and on the ground of stock holding order violations and violations of stock and price declaration orders. Food Supplies and Consumer Welfare Secretary M.S. Padhi said in letters to all the district collectors yesterday, stating that prices of different pulses like arhar, biri, moong, bund and masoor are on the rise in the open market. Padhi asked the collector to convene meeting of traders and ensure that no one take advantage of the situation. He said price rise is mainly due to less pulses production owing to unseasonal rains in the states like Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh. Padhi cautioned the collectors that unscrupulous traders may take advantage of the situation and indulge into high profiteering, which may lead to discontentment among the people at large. Odisha requires 7 lakh ton pulses per annum, while only around 1 lakh ton is produced in the state. Odisha High Court yesterday refused to vacate the stay imposed by a lower court on the telecast of Sarthak TV's 2 shows, Sana Bahu and Dance Queen, while hearing a plea filed by the channel. The court has fixed May 11th for the hearing of the case. Sarthak went to High Court appealing against the order of Jagat Singhpur District Court, which has put the stay on the telecast of the 2 shows, acting on a petition filed by Tarang channel. In its plea, the petitioner had contended before the district court that the shows in the question were imitation of Tarang Sadhaba Bohu and Jhum Odisha Jhum shows respectively. Hence, Sarthak has violated its copyrights, causing its heavy losses, Tarang argued. When contacted, Sarthak TV's managing director Sitaram Agrawal refused to comment on the matter.
Jagatsinghpur district is satisfied hele and satisfied है कि गोटे इंटरिम डायरेक्शन देइचंती जे 12 तारिख पर्यंत सार्थक ए दुईटी तार प्रोग्राम गोटे होचे डांस ओडिशा आ गोटे सुना बहु दीटा जाक आ देखै परिबो नाही 12 तारिख रे सार्थक को कुहाई जे समान जाय कोर्ट रे तांकर जहा कहबा कथा कहबे पुणी आउ थे तार शुणाणी हम यही ऑर्डर को चैलेंज करके सार्थक भी हाईकोर्ट रे गोटे केस फाइल करचंती से केस रो शुणाणी आज होता से केस रे से शुणाणी टिप्पणी 11 तारिख को रही।
Mystery sounding the murder of 2 youths who were gunned down by unknown assailants in Barampur town is slowly unfolding after identification of one of the deceased and the motive behind the crime. According to sources, one of the deceased has been identified as Lalu Yadav, hailing from Bihar. Row over sharing of loot money is suspected to be the main motive behind the crime, they added. Yesterday, 2 youths were shot dead by unidentified persons at Lanchipalli Square in the town. The incident occurred around 9 a.m. while 8-9 persons were coming in an auto rickshaw from Chhattarpur to Kamapalli area in the town. The miscreants who were in the first auto intercepted the second one and fired at 2 of its passengers, police said, quoting the auto drivers. The armed miscreants also took away the motorbike of Naresh Patra at the gunpoint, who was passing by the road. They fled in the bike towards Kamapalli, Patra told the police. According to sources, the miscreants were speaking in Hindi. Police seized 2 rounds of ammunition, 2 laptop bags, a mobile set and cash from the spot. Even as jaundice claimed 1 life in the district, Health Minister Atanu Sabyasachi Naik visited Balangir yesterday to take stock of the situation there. Naik conducted a door-to-door visit in the affected areas and interacted with the general public on various issues faced by them. Naik also went to the special jaundice ward of the district headquarters hospital and the Niramaya store, free medicine outlet there. The elected representatives are taking steps like making arrangements for alternative drinking water, and I expect the situation to be under control, Naik said, adding that the state-level teams from Urban Development and Health Department are stationed here to take stock of the situation on a daily basis. He also conducted a meeting with the collector, municipal authorities and other concerned senior officials and reviewed the preventive measures taken to tackle the spread of the waterborne disease. Meanwhile, the administration has decided to undertake repairing work of old pipelines and replace the old pipelines in a phased manner.
जिला प्रशासन एवं आमर इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव माने मध्य पदक्षेप नौचंती अल्टरनेटिव ड्रिंकिंग वाटर दिया गलानी एवं मु भाबुची जो रेट रे व्यापीबार आपण माने आशंका करछन्ते ताको धीरे धीरे प्रभाव कमी जीवो आमर अर्बन डिपार्टमेंट रो हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट रो स्टेट टीम दीटी टीम मध्य एठी मौजूद रही के अवस्था को डेली बेसिस रे मॉनिटरिंग करूछन।
मल्टीपर्पज वर्कर some 30 people. They are working in different wards. They are also tomorrow morning after they are going to screening the all people ka jaundice test.
Clamour against the state government's decision to increase reservation in government-run higher educational institution continues to grow. Voicing their concerns over the decision, students of Birla Medical College carried out a protest rally from the college premises yesterday. Citing that the decision is not healthy for medical education, the protesting students demanded that the selection of candidates for admission into medical institutes should be solely done on basis of merit. Moreover, with such reservations for special categories, students from the general category will be deprived from higher education. While only 8% of the seats were earlier reserved for the SC candidates in educational institutions, now they would avail 16.25% of the seats in any college. Similarly, the ratio of reservation for ST students was enhanced to 22.5% from 12%. Chief Minister Navin Patnaik approved a proposal in this regard, and the new decision would be implemented from the 2015-16 academic year. It would be applicable for all the educational institutions run either by government or private owners in the state. Higher Education Additional Secretary Durga Prasad Behra said ST-SC students would get the facility in higher studies like medical and engineering colleges.
सरकार जो हायर एजुकेशन और प्रोफेशनल कोर्स रे 18.75% रिजर्वेशन इंक्रीज करिसेंती जस्ट लाइक डबल तो एटा इतमे हमें गभीर असंतोष व्यक्त करूछु एवं आम टैलेंट आ परिश्रम रो मूल्य मिलिबो नाही केवल मेडिकल साइंस नो +2 +3 पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन प्रत्येक इंजीनियरिंग मेडिकल ओयूटी आम एग्रीकल्चर वेटनरी सबू प्रोफाइल पिला अफेक्टेड हेबे ओडिशार घर घरे थिबा घर घरिका पिला स्वप्न देखु बड़ कॉलेज रे पढ़ी बड़ मनीष हेबी सब पिला अफेक्टेड हेबे एथिपय आमे सरकार को रैली फल रे अनुरोध करूछु सरकार ए डिसीजन को रिव्यू करंतु
एक्चुअली इट्स वेरी डिसहार्टनिंग कि कोटा सिस्टम हैज बीन इंक्रीज्ड एंड वी आर नॉट प्रोटेस्टिंग अगेंस्ट द रिजर्वेशन बट it shouldn't be increased to that level that the career of many aspirants are ruined, especially generals. So we want that the quota system should be reduced, which has been increased right now, so that many people who have been dreaming of a bright career can pursue it. So this is the aim, that we want the quota system which has been increased, that should be reduced.
Resurrecting the memories of the ghastly incident wherein 4 adventure students drowned in Mahanadi last month, 3 youths drowned while taking bath in Brahmani River near Rourkela today. 2 of them have been identified as residents of Railway Colony, while the other was reported to be from Mumbai. The incident occurred when the youths were taking bath at Tarkera Ghat of the river. Search and rescue operations were launched when they went missing in the river. Fire brigade personnel and locals later fished out the bodies after a hectic search. In an unfortunate incident, 3 persons were killed and 2 others injured in a lightning strike at Kulekela village under Bodin police limits of Nuapada district yesterday. The injured have been admitted to Bodin hospital. The incident occurred in an orchard when some people went to collect fallen mangoes after a squall. Lightning struck when they were collecting mangoes, killing Ritu Mahananda, Kuna Kharsil and Prithviraj Chinda on the spot. The 2 injured have been identified as Dharamraj Chinda and Gopinath Chinda. Post-mortem of the deceased were conducted later in the day. Meanwhile, a cloud of sorrow has descended upon the village after the incident. All preparations are in full swing for the axing of the Daru or neem tree identified for creation of the new idol of Lord Jagannath at Khoripodia in Jagat Singhpur's Raghunathpur area. Worshipping commenced near the Daru tree today. First, the priest conducted Bhumi Sodhan or soil cleansing, and in the afternoon, the Ankura Ropan was done. The Daru was bathed with 108 pots of water, after which it was painted with sandalwood paste and ghee. Subsequently, the Daru was worn new clothes. The Mahayagya will be conducted tomorrow, after which the Daru will be exed. Meanwhile, on its way to Puri, the Sagadi or cart carrying the exed logs of goddess Subhadra's Daru reached Biribati Tarini temple on the outskirts of Cuttack today. Widespread participation of devotees was witnessed all through the way. Back to winning ways, a confident Indian men's hockey team would look to seal the 4-match test series against Japan when they lock horns in the 3rd game at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar this evening. After a 1-1 draw in the series opener, India won the 2nd game by 2-0 on Tuesday. India scored 2 field goals through SK Uthappa and Dharamveer Singh to register their first win in the series. Skipper Sardar Singh, who stole the show in the midfield during the match, will look to continue his impressive work. Under the watchful eyes of Chief Coach Paul Van As, Indian players are working on a variety of strategies and team combinations ahead of the Hockey World League semi-final to be held in Antwerp, Belgium from June 28th to July 5th. The series against Japan, which is being organized as preparation for the Belgium event, brought to the forefront good performances from young players like Uthappa, Dharamveer and Valmiki. Local hero and hard-working Birendra Lakra, as usual, is leading the fragile Indian backline. But what could be a concern for Van As is the form of his drag flick experts V.R. Raghunath and Rupinder Pal Singh. A win today will give India an unassailable 2-0 lead in the 4-test series. Before wrapping up, the headlines once again. State government urges centre to allot 2 more coal blocks to OTPCL for its upcoming 2,400 megawatt power plant in Dhenkanal. MCL halts operation at its key coal fields in the state following protest by local people demanding jobs in the company. State government expects to garner revenue of about Rs 700 crore from signing of deeds with 29 mining leaseholders in 2-3 days. In view of spiraling prices of pulses, government asks district collectors to book unscrupulous traders under Essential Commodities Act. And High Court refuses to vacate stay on telecast of 2 Sarthak TV shows. A lower court had put the stay for allegedly violating Tarang's copyright. Thank you for watching. Good night.